Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bendy. And here on this channel, we practice flexibility, do it with me, of the mind, the body, and the spirit. It's amazing. It is amazing. If you create content too, you might be able to identify with this, but right before I click record, I feel this little bump of energy, and I don't have the answer for where it's from. I think it's from the universe. I think it's from you guys, but it's just amazing how we can get energy from the external and like feel it energize us. I just think that that is so beautiful. Okay, so before we get into it, we have our items for the community, for the Bendy bunch. So the first thing is Script Your Way to a New Reality is out now. I have a scripting journal. If you would like to deepen your scripting practice, you can pick it up. There's a link in the bio and it has tips in it. And the cool thing is, maybe I'll read you guys one of the tips. They're on random pages. And I find that as I script, when I come across the tip, let's not say that word too much. When I come across the tip of the day, then I can see how that specific piece of advice aligns with whatever I am scripting about. It's really, really cool. It's magical. So I will share this one with you. Tip number six, focus on the presence of what you do want, not the absence. So that is an example of the tips in the scripting journal. So that is the first point. The second point is there will be a scripting journal giveaway on the first of every month. Excuse me, my nose itches. There will be a scripting journal giveaway on the first of every month on the first video of every month, just in case the first falls on a weekend. All you got to do is comment. All you got to do is engage with the channel, and I will pick a reality bender to randomly win a free scripting journal, and I will send it to you. Last but not least, I am often asked what books I recommend if one is at the beginning of their spiritual journey. So if you check the description box, I now have a list of the top 10 books I recommend for your spiritual journey. And if you buy a book from that list, you are help supporting the channel. Okay, let's get into it. Today's going to be a really fun one and maybe a shorter one, because I don't know if you guys have noticed the videos have been getting longer and longer. So, fun story. So we have two cars, and one car is in the shop. And thankfully, the car that is in the shop, the manufacturer of the car was like, warranty covers everything that needs to happen, and we are going to give you a rental. So no money's coming out of our pocket. Great. But we have another car, and the check engine light came on the other day. And with this car, it also has issues that are from the manufacturer. So in the past, when the check engine light would come on, that would usually indicate that the engine was about to shut off. It was something with the computer and the car. So when the check engine light came on, I was just like, we're gonna have two cars in the shop at one time. And it made me and my husband just feel kind of crummy, because it's like we're paying these car notes and we're about to have two cars in the shop. So it was kind of aggravating. And we found ourselves getting more and more into this place of scarcity, because we didn't know with the second car whether it would be covered by the manufacturer this time. We didn't know if the car would have to be in the shop and whether we would have to rent a car out of our own pockets. And just the idea of not having our own car in our presence when we have two cars, like, it was just really getting into our heads. And we saw it bleeding into different parts of our lives. We saw it affecting our moods. And at some point, I sat down with him and I was like, I don't think we're manifesting a solution. So I asked him, I was like, what would it feel like if the check engine light wasn't on? What would that feel like? And we thought, well, that would feel like things were normal. And when he said that, I was like, yeah, I agree, but that's not giving me a feeling in my body. So we got to go a little deeper. What would it feel like if we had one of our cars and the other one was still in the shop, which is fine. And we were like, well, we would feel ease, we would feel gratitude, we would feel confidence. We were able to start coming up with all the emotions that we had that we took for granted before the check engine light came on. And I said, okay, so let's hold these for a little while. So we sat for about 10 minutes and just meditated on gratitude, meditated on ease, meditated on just that confidence when you're content with your life. And then not the next day, yesterday. So the day after we did that meditation, I was driving the car because I was like, I could just take the car down the street. And so I took it down the street the day before and yesterday, and the check engine light just turns off. So I talked to Adam, I called him, I was like, babe, it worked. The check engine light, it's off. The car is good. And he was like, that is so funny, because he said that when the check engine light came on, he went under the hood and he saw that the gas cap was a little bit off. So he tightened it. And then when I called him to tell him that the check engine light was off, he said he just remembered randomly that a long time ago, a mechanic told him, tighten the gas cap, and then you have to drive for a certain amount of miles. And if that was the problem, the light would turn off. But that's not something he remembered beforehand, because our minds were in this place of the check engine light is on, this is going to be a problem, XYZ. So now let's get into the metaphysical. Because we sat and observed our energy and then said, okay, this doesn't serve us. How can we shift to an energetic state within ourselves that serves us? I believe that we switched to a timeline where the issue was just the gas cap. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So before I get into the importance of the question that you need to ask yourself, I want to talk about how every thought you have puts you on a different timeline, because every thought we have, every thought that we have has a vibration. Every thought that we have contributes to our vibrational state. So when we're on autopilot and we're just going with the flow, and our thought, or against the flow sometimes, our thoughts are leading us on a certain path. But when we get back into the driver's seat and we intentionally say, how do I want to think right now? We are switching timelines, okay? So one more thing on that. So that being said, for me, it was so helpful to visualize a singular path and then the path branching out in two different directions. I remember I visualized that like 2 or 3 years ago. And my brain said, when I learned this information, my brain said, remember, every choice you make, every thought you think is going to lead you on the path that's on the left or on the right. Now, of course, there are an unlimited amount of paths, but I wanted to give you that visualization just in case you were at a point right now where you're thinking specific thoughts and you are attempting to figure out what types of thoughts you want to be thinking. I think that the idea of unlimited paths can be overwhelming. So for me, at that time, 2 or 3 years ago, thinking I'm on a singular path right now, and right now I'm at a crossroads. So whatever my next thought is going to lead me to a different reality. That was really helpful for me. Okay, so what is the question that will transform your life when manifesting? What is that question? The question is, how would it feel if? We always talk about this. Every law of attraction person talks about this. Yeah, I'm just giving you guys a reminder. So let's talk about why this is an important question. Of course, there's the act as if, right? So if you are sitting and there's something you want to manifest, I think this is always a great place to start. How would it feel if the perfect person was in my life? How would it feel if I got that promotion? How would it feel if my business was successful? How would it feel if all my bills were paid in advance for 6 months? How would it feel if my car wasn't in the shop, right? Sitting down and just asking yourself that, and then having a notebook, sitting sitting down and just asking yourself that, and then having a notebook so that you can write down the adjectives that come up. This is the time where you turn off your emotions. You turn off your emotions, or you at least find that knob and turn them down, especially if you're in crisis mode or if you're in survival mode. You try to turn the chaos down just for a moment. Give your body permission, give your mind permission to turn the chaos down just for 10 minutes. You deserve that. You deserve that break. Nothing's going to change in 10 minutes. Give yourself permission to say, okay, I'm experiencing something that I do not enjoy, that does not serve me, but I don't need to experience it internally right now. Do that. And then give yourself permission to visualize, to see in your mind the situation that you wish to be in, the life that you wish to live. And as you visualize it, start to use your senses. See from your eyes, hear the scenario from your ears, feel the reality in your hands. What would it feel like to have that perfect person? What would it feel like to, y'all know I'm in love, y'all know I love my husband. What would it feel like when they kiss you and you place your hands on their chest? What would it feel like just to hug them and to hold them close? What would that feel like? And when you experience that through visualization, write down how it feels. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because this is a part of pulling the reality towards you. Write down all the adjectives of how it feels, right? And those are going to be the adjectives that help you start feeling your way to that reality. Okay, so that's first. That is the first reason why that question will transform your life. How would it feel if? The second way that this question will transform your life is because let's say that you have a block. Let's say that there is something in your subconscious that is blocking you from manifesting your specific desire. And when you say, how would it feel if, and you start to visualize that perfect person, we'll use that as our example today. Let's say that you have been traumatized by a relationship in the past, and you don't know that that's what is blocking you from being happy in a future relationship. When you visualize, when you give yourself permission to be present in this visualization, and you see yourself with that person, and you allow your specific special person to hug you and you feel it, if you have a block, it is going to come up, and it's going to come up clearly. You will see it clearly. And that's when I like to have different notebooks. This is my scripting notebook. So this is my manifesting book. For shadow work, I have another notebook. So that is when you get your notebook and you write down, okay, I attempted to live in my desired reality, and this is what came up. And when things come up, when we are manifesting and manufacturing, that's the word I wanted. When we are manufacturing that energy that is going to attract our desired reality, when things come up that do not align with that energy, when we give ourselves the opportunity to identify those things, we are able to say, okay, this is based on a past experience. Let's say that you find out that you are traumatized by a past relationship. That way, you can give yourself permission to know. So, because we can't avoid our blocks, we can't avoid the things in our subconscious that are pushing our manifestations away. That's not how we manifest. We manifest through understanding that the things in our subconscious that are pushing our manifestation away are a result of past events that we've gone through. So when we know that, we are then able to say, okay, I've gone through this experience. I went through this experience with a person who hurt me deeply and made me believe. What do you believe? What is the subconscious belief that is blocking you from your manifestation? That subconscious belief comes up just by asking yourself, how would it feel if? What is the subconscious belief that is blocking you? When you define that belief, I can't be in a relationship with someone who shows me physical affection because my past relationship took advantage of that physical affection. That's my belief. So my belief is physical, I will be taken advantage of if I am physically affectionate with a future partner. Maybe that's the subconscious belief. So when you realize that, then you can say, that's from the past. That's not true. And then you can get back into your power, right? You can get back into your power and say, I am in the driver's seat. What belief would serve me more than this? If I am physically affectionate with my partner will return that same level of affection to me. My future partner will love me just as much as I love them, right? Rewiring. I'm sorry, I got really excited. Rewiring that belief that did not serve until it is a belief that serves you, but also supercharges you. So then it's not this dark, scary part of your mind anymore, but a part of your mind that now has expectation, right? And that all comes from, what would it be like? So let me think, do I have anything else on that? Just awareness and giving yourself permission. Those are the magical actions, being aware and giving yourself permission. So I think that's going to be it for today. This was a fun one. I have no idea how long this video is, but I hope it is less than 15 minutes because I want to give you guys bite-sized pieces of information. And it's going from being bite-sized to like full course meals, but it's fine. It's fine. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so everybody on the YouTube platform knows that it is valuable. Also, if you would like me to expand on anything that I talked about today, let me know down below in the comments and I'll be happy to. Last but not least, please make sure that you are subscribed and that you click that notification bell so that you can be notified when I come out with a new video and so that you can become a reality bender yourself and join the Bendy bunch. I love you with all my heart. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.